Test tomorrow. Check out for your grades. Little piece of paper tells you what your grade is. Stay up to date on that. So if your grade's not what you want it to be, don't freak out yet, but just work on it. Okay, everything's fixable, right? Number 1, try to find an inverse. I turn that f of x into what? A y. And then I'm going to switch x and y, right? So it's really going to be x equals, sorry. Okay, so x equals y plus 2 in parentheses squared minus 3. Now, third step is I need to solve for y. What do I do first to solve for y on the right side?
You subtract 3, add the 3.
Get rid of the negative 3 or the minus 3 by adding 3 to both sides. Cancels out on the right. And then what's x plus 3? X plus 3. Okay, they don't combine. They're next to each other. Bring down y plus 2 squared. Okay, do I get rid of the 2 or the squared first? Squared. You can't get into that parentheses till you get rid of that square, right? Is everyone doing this warm-up? So, to get rid of that square, we do the inverse, which is square root. Square root both sides. So the whole left side is under a square root, and the whole right side is under a square root. And then on the right side, the square root and the square cancel out. Goodbye. I'm going to move this down. So we're left with square root of x plus 3 equals y plus 2. Last step. How do I get rid of that loner 2? Subtract to get rid of that plus 2, the opposite, right? So minus 2, minus 2. Please remember, that minus 2 is going to go after the square root sign because you can't combine them. So our final answer, f inverse x equals square root of x plus 3, and then after it,
wouldn't it be 1 because you're subtracting 3?
So since the 3 is under the square root sign and the minus 2 comes later, it can't subtract with it because it's kind of like something being inside of a parentheses. You can't mess with it unless you get it out of there. So anyways, it has to go after it. I know that seems weird, but it's one of those doesn't combine things. Okay, now for number 2, I decided to go back in time to composition of functions. So on number 2, I'm asking you to find GOF. I'm asking you all to get a GF. No, I'm kidding. A GOF. GOF, not really, but GOF is composition G of f of x. Now, which one's the outside function? G or f?
G.
Okay. G. The first one is my outside function, and I'm going to start with that. So G of x. Let's write down that G of x function. G of x equals negative 2x plus 7. Does everyone see that I wrote G of x first because it started with the G? G first. Cool? Step 2. I need to get rid of the x and replace it with some space. So I'm going to put some parentheses with a space instead of an x. So G space instead of x equals negative 2 parentheses, big old space again, instead of x, plus 7. I write the first function. I remove x and leave a space there. And now, what am I going to put in those spaces? The second function. So we wrote G. The next function is f. F is going into G. So f of x goes into the first blank. F of x. And what goes in the other blank? What f of x equals, which is 3x minus 1. Oh, shoot. Oh, sheesh. All right, now, next step.
Where did 3 come in?
Right here. need to simplify this. We're going to distribute and combine like terms. So what's negative 2 times 3? X.
6. Oh, negative 6. Wait. What? Oh, negative 6x.
Negative 6x. Okay. Negative 6x. And then what's negative 2 times negative 1?
2. Negative 2.
Which one?
Negative 2. Oh, 2.
Positive 2, so put a plus 2. And then bring down plus 7. Remember, negative times negative is positive. So multiplying and dividing, right? Okay, last step. We're going to combine like terms. Write it as a g of f of x. Here we go. G of f of x equals negative 6x. And what's positive 2 plus 7? 9. So last couple of days we've been talking about inverses. You have the steps, you have the notes, composition. We're remembering how to do that, and it's very important because you don't. Wait, so you can, that's fine. All right. So if you look at me over here, where's your warm up? Well, you can get a new one out of the blue bin. If you're ever missing anything, blue bin has it. Okay. But look right here. These are all the answers to the review. And then on that wall, right across, all the answers to the review. On the Google Classroom, all the answers to the review. And a video of me doing the entire review and explaining it, okay? I want you to do your review today, and if not, today, maybe tonight, okay? You can work on it at home. You may not have the yellow calculator, but you have time in class and then tonight to get through that review. I'm giving you the answers. Now, if you just copy down the answers, you have not thought about it, I don't think you're going to be ready for that test. So it's important that you try them and then check your answers, okay? And you're going to turn it in with your test. So if I'm giving you all the answers, that should be an easy thing to do, right? Should be. But do people always turn it in?
I turn mine in.
No, but do people always turn it in?
I can't speak for other people.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know.
See that fuzz?
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay, not everyone turns it in, which is like, why? Okay, so everybody, let's work on our review. If you have missing work, that's okay, but like, test is tomorrow. Test the biggest chunk of your grade. Good way to get your test grade, your average up is to get a good test grade, and a good way to bring it way down is to get a bad test grade tomorrow, all right? Everything's fixable, so don't stress too much. Here we go.